I used to buy Taiwan FHM when I was in army. Then then it got borrowed around, right? Then you come back with holes in the pages,
Why is June and July stuck together?
No, that's why it's hole, bro. They try to open. They try to like. What is it stuck like that?
Hey, 1 to 4, it's good to be in Singapore. This is the SG Draft Podcast. I'm your host, Media Leong. Welcome to another episode of the SG Draft Podcast presented by the Chit Podcast Network. And for those of you that are tuning in via YouTube or any sort of podcasting platform, hi again. Thank you so much for giving us a try, for giving us a listen. We're just a bunch of Singaporeans that don't like... Speaking of people that don't like a-holes, once again, I'm joined by my drafting crew. How's everyone doing? Everyone doing well?
Yes.
Not bad.
Not too bad, for this week's draft topic, it's quite interesting. It's a-holes, actually. Can you think of a nicer way to, title this video? No, right? It has to be a-holes, right? Do you know what I mean?
Or maybe you can say actions that, don't take other people into consideration. Or that sounded damn long. Okay.
What a beautiful draft.
Yeah.
Inconsiderate action.
No, action that is not very good, but could be considered bad. But then they
Yeah, right, when I was crafting this episode, the title, I spent super long trying to think of a name to classify the specific type of rules. You know what I mean? The specific kind of person that does this type of thing. But okay, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, let's talk a bit about last week's draft, which was the the very fun greatest athletes draft. Next to Tobey Maguire, this is the most shocking.
It's not the most shocking first pick. When he said models for Uniqlo, I was like, who? Michael Jordan don't know model for Uniqlo.
I was like, Messi works for Uniqlo.
I was like, Michael, I know you're going through your mind. I was like, Michael. At first, I was totally shocked. Like, Michael Jordan.
Honestly, right? When the moment he said Uniqlo, I knew exactly who it was.
No, yeah, because Federer is the only one that is known for wearing Uniqlo. Even when we were doing the draft itself, I sort of knew going into the draft. I don't know.
Lost. When you picked Michael Jordan, I was just like, again.
Yeah, the one point I wish I could have made right after that was that PSG, which is Messi's team, right? They all wear Air Jordan. That is why Jordan should go first.
Yeah.
Their jersey has literally Jordan on it.
Their jersey is Jordan.
Yeah, so the greatest football player, right, still has to wear the Jordan brand on his shirt. Yeah. But yeah, I won that draft, but okay, aside from that also we didn't we Kelong. Kelong. 70-something%. Yeah. But also on top of that, right, prior to that, the dot breed draft, right, we sort of discussed about it previously, but actually Jin Yong, you won that one lah. So is your second win? Second or third win?
Second.
Second win. Okay.
So
after
I'm
your
only good at
love
songs and dogs, that's all.
yeah. But overall, your team I thought was the best for the dogs lah. Yeah. But really for this week's draft, right, before we do this spin the wheel thing, I asked Brendan the same thing also. Given that you won that draft, right, you didn't get to use it for the sports one. Do you want to use it today or do you want to keep it for the wheel?
I'll keep it lah. I was just planning at that. I won't win this draft and I wouldn't want to win this draft because I don't want to be a certified a-hole. Okay,
interesting. Okay, so for myself, right, I won the athletes draft, right. I also don't want to use them. Yeah, use it here. Because I think for a reason, right, I think the term a-hole, we can transition over to this week's topic lah. I think a-hole, right, is just how creative you are lah, this draft. Do you know what I mean? It's just whether you can think of picks that are very unique or very special or whatever lah. Yeah, okay. But let's talk about this week's draft. If you got any clarifications or things you want to clarify first. I think the main thing that I want to point out before we talk about it is that I think that the a-hole, right, is very different from a douchebag or very different from a pet peeve. You get what I mean? If someone does a pet peeve that might trigger you, right, they're not necessarily being an a-hole.
No, they're not.
Yeah. But a douchebag, right, can be someone that is how do I say? He likes to push up in front of girls, this type of thing. Or like to show off his muscles in front of girls. So it's he comes off like a douche, but he's not necessarily an a-hole. He's not doing an a-hole act. It's
not doing something that inconvenience you. It just makes you feel very it irks you. Yeah.
But so I think at the same time, the a-hole, the line is being drawn at the, how do you say, the legal line, right? Because of course, how do you say, like stealing, is that considered an AHOLE act?
Stealing may not be, but stealing from elderlies or like stealing from like babies. Then it's like, that's such an asshole move. You don't even like, like we understand, like you're poor, you're hungry, you're desperate for money, but why you want to rob like people?
Yeah, I think there's like an emotional attachment to it. It's like it triggers you personally or makes you angry lah.
I think this one is just very subjective. So we will probably see whether we agree or disagree during the draft itself.
Yeah, I agree. I think there'll be a lot of veto systems lah. So we shall we shall see however lah.
Shall go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm going to spin the wheel now and then it will decide the official draft order. Okay, since that me and Jin Yong, we did not use the advantage, right? All of us will have an equal share on the vote. Okay, let's go. It is Elliot. Okay.
I don't really know whether this is an advantage or not, but I'm just going to put it.
What position would you like to take? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
I'll take 1.
Okay, we'll take first. Right, next up is Brandon. Brandon, what position would you like to take?
I'll pick second.
Okay, Brandon will pick second.
Yeah.
Surprising.
Okay, and then now it's myself and Jin Yong. It is Jin Yong. Jin Yong, what position would you like to take?
I'll go last.
Okay, this will be the official draft order. It will be Eldad, it will be Brandon, then myself, and then Jin Yong. All right, you bunch of a-holes. Let's get right into the draft. All right, with the first overall pick in the AHOLE draft. El, what's your pick going to be?
Okay. Mine, I think most of mine is either based on experience or work related. So to me, right, one of the biggest forms or characteristics of this particular word, I won't say the word out loud, is when somebody, right, asks you to go and get something for him or her, then you go through all the trouble to get it right. Then they say thank you, but I don't need it anymore.
Oh, okay. So how do I phrase this? Like
okay, like makes I don't want to say makes it, but it's just maybe like makes you go through a lot of trouble, right? For absolutely nothing.
Okay, makes you go through a lot of trouble for nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of trouble for nothing.
Yes, because this one is very common at work or in like certain groups where it's like, hey bro, I need this like super urgent. Can you help me get it? Then you go, okay bro, I got the thing already. I went to do this. Oh sorry, I don't need it anymore.
Oh, okay. But I feel that's more of a like work. You know what I mean? Like all of us go through this work thing. Like sometimes, it's hard to explain. Like sometimes the reasoning behind it. Sometimes they might not need the thing at that moment or whatever. Lor. Yeah. But it's something that you personally went through a lot, lah. Is it?
I can't say the story on this thing, but there's one that was bad enough to a point where let's just say right, it involved at least 5 different parties.
Okay.
And 5 different parties, and then it was two people with that particular characteristic, right, in the conversation.
Okay.
So, and it was quite bad to a point where like I'm like, why do I put up with this?
So for this pick, I would just say like, makes you go through a lot of trouble for nothing.
Yes, for nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder how that will fit into the thumbnail. Is it long enough?
Actually, all these asshole moves, what is the thumbnail going to be?
No, I'll find something lah.
No, but it's hard to describe it. It's like hard to put it into like a short sentence.
It's hard to put it in one photo, I feel.
Yeah, it's hard to put in one photo. It might be like something like a photo of your boss asking you to do something.
Redundant.
Then, redundant or whatever lah. Yeah, I guess.
Can you please fold 1,000 pages of paper?
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, correct. Yeah, gotta trust the old Canva stock photos. I'm sure there'll be something there. All right. With your first overall pick, L. Okay, Brandon, up next. What are you gonna take?
Wow, I feel like mine is also going to be work related because I feel like it resonates the most. I feel like this resonates the most with even in school, from schooling to all the way to work, especially now, is that people who claim credit for your work.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one.
That was on my list also.
Like especially you see like it doesn't hit you as hard when it's last time in school, because in school when they claim credit when they didn't even do anything, right? It irks, you know. It's like it's really such a whole move, you know. Like you didn't even do anything, then you like put your name down there as if you do so much. But even now, so even more so at work, right? When they do it, right, it's just like they're just pushing everybody down. So that it's not that they're stealing everybody's efforts for their own, which is so much worse.
Yeah. And I think there's like all of us that have gone through like this. Everyone has gone through this experience, be it in school or at work or something. And then when you're growing up, you also, how to say, if you also fight for the credit, it makes you look very bad.
Yes. It makes you feel very petty. Yeah, it makes you feel very petty to do it, but then you feel like you have to, because if not, this person didn't do anything to get that credit, But then,
yes. You feel like there's a level of injustice in the fact that they are getting all the credit. Wow, it really pisses me off. And
So I guess to Brandon's point, right? It isn't so much about you not getting credit, but somebody else taking credit for something he hasn't done. I think that's the point of the AHOLE thing, right?
The AHOLE move is claiming credit when he didn't do anything. Claiming credit that isn't theirs. Like, what a worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I think in some context it's similar to this, but it's sort of like when your boss like asks you to do something, right? And then they have to answer to someone higher up.
Yeah. Then
but in a way, they don't acknowledge the fact that you help them do something.
Correct.
Do you know? This is the type of stuff that will annoy me.
Yeah, they ask you to do it, right? Then they don't even recognize that all this effort is actually a team effort together. It's just like, this is I've done all this, but then the team disappears. But before the deadline, it's like, why is everybody? How can I not do this? But in the end, actually, I did my best.
Yeah. Or it's like during the email chat, right? They'll like just put like the whole during it's like a group email. Then when he sent to the thing, it's like got no one else in the chat, just me. So I sent direct to the.
I've I think one of my friend, like the worst one, right, is a slideshow, right? The slides in the end, if he remove all the team names, it's just his name. He just put his own name there.
Wow, that's
he put his own name there at the end.
Man, okay.
Wow, that sucks, man.
Like the final photo, right? Because there wasn't any like sign off, so he added his own sign off at the end. They just literally look like he did all the entire slides, like all the entire work slides, but it wasn't him.
That sucks, man. Wow, yeah. This is a good pick, man. Yeah, this was my number one, number one rated pick lah. This one, like people will claim credit for your benefit. This is a good pick, man. All right, Brandon is off the board. People claiming credit for your work. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For myself, right, I think those are the two that is like more personal vendetta stuff. Yeah. So now my picks, right, they're gonna be mostly is like you're being a jerk or you're being like an ass. You know what I mean? Like that type of picks lah. Yeah. Okay, so for me, right, I would say this is the most inconsiderate thing for someone to do is when someone is not handicapped, right? And they park in the handicap lot. Yeah, it's something I always find very annoying. And I've seen it happen like a lot of times at like a car park or a shopping center or whatever. And then got one time I ever saw before, right? Someone like they sort of pretend to like limp out of the car. Then after that, when I saw them like after they buy the groceries, they carry all the groceries, go back to the car. I was like, what a jerk. You know what I mean? Like like disgusting. Yeah. Even though it's something that not how to say
it's not like it may not be frequently used lah.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a handicap spot for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like,
But what if there was like in the end, if like just happened that there was, then in the end that person don't get to have to travel so far away. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I don't know about maybe you all, but from personal experience, right? I always notice, right, when you always think like, what are the odds? Like, how often it's happened? Yeah. Then when you actually go and do it, right, they're like shucks. Like
it happened once when I used a handicap toilet, right? Then after that, like I was just thinking like, there's no stalls available. I really need to take a dump. Then like, I cannot take it. Then I go to the handicap toilet. I said, what are chances? Then you take a dump halfway. Then you can. Then when I'm exiting, right, I saw someone on a wheelchair waiting for a toilet. I just like, oh my gosh.
But I was thinking more like AHOLE. These are like the type of things that I will consider is like your AHOLE. Do you know what I mean? Is it similar to your or like?
Yeah. Similar? Natural AHOLE.
Yeah. So it's like a generic AHOLE thing. Yeah lah. All right. Parking in the handicap lot. Okay, Jin Yong, you're up next. You get 2 back-to-back picks. What are you gonna take?
Okay, I think for my first pick, I'm going to go in the MIDET's train of thought in the sense of the vehicle and driving route.
Okay.
And I'm going to take that kind of cutting people's lane.
Okay. So it's like
especially
abrupt cutting.
Those that are really traffic jam, then you're supposed to follow the lane, right? Then you can see people just coming out from nowhere. Then suddenly, they'll go like very fast. And they go to the front and they try to signal, and then the hand come out, ask you to let me go in.
Okay. So it's not really cutting lane. It's more like cutting queue in a.
Yes. Correct.
Queue,
Yeah.
Cutting queue in a car in a traffic jam, is it?
Correct.
Yeah,
correct.
Okay. I get what you mean. Yeah.
But no, the worst, right? Especially in like going to JB is the worst because it's like, you're stuck in like a 2-3 hour jam, right? But you see someone just like skip the entire entire 3 hours, right? Yeah. Then it makes you even happier when they get caught. Then they have to pay a fine. They're like, yes, sweet justice.
Every time that happens, right, I'm just looking at the car. I'm just trying to find some kind of, I don't know, some medal or something that say, this one is chancellor or something. Then I'm like, at least there's a reason why he can cut queue. But
where he can cut,
it's just it's just like normal family car. Why are you doing this?
And it's always like a Merc or a BMW. So it pisses me off.
You can afford to pay the fine
next week.
Yeah. Next week is the car draft. We talk about that next week. Yes. All right. Cutting queue in a traffic jam. Jin Yong, your next pick.
Okay, my next pick. I think we have talked about work. We have talked about driving. I'll talk more on the emotional spectrum.
Oh, okay.
What I really consider an a-hole move is going after your friend's other half.
Oh, this is a good pick.
That was on my list also.
Because recently I've been watching a lot of all these 10-minute summaries, 20-minute summaries of series, right? Then I'm stuck in this channel that has a lot of all the old Korean drama, 100 episodes kind. A lot of them is like, I want to join the rich family. Then I'm just going to take away my good friend's husband. Too many of this. Let's say the two person unknowingly grow close and they like each other, then they break up. It's sad, but it's understandable. Right, but some of them really do it with the intent that I'm doing this. I know it's wrong, but I'm doing this. I think they want really a-hole.
Yeah, correct. It's like they acknowledge the fact that it's like a bad thing, but then
correct. But they're doing it to, I don't know, get rich or whatever lah.
I hate it, man. I hate this thing.
I hope it hasn't happened to anyone here or won't happen to you all. Actually, saying that, okay, never mind. Just erase that.
All right, so going after your friend's other half. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm up next. I also was gonna pick something like that similar, but I don't know whether I want to pick it now. I mean, because I find it's very similar to this thing. Okay, I'll pick more. I think I'm just gonna pick more generic stuff lah. All right. It's people that don't pick up dog shit.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like not that difficult. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's just like you just pick up after your dog. It's not like and somehow we're not like in other countries where it's like you shit then it value adds to the ecosystem, that type of like dog. Do you know what I mean? Like the fertilizing or whatever. But it's something that first of all, nothing ruins your day more is like when you step on accidental like dog shit. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Have you ever stepped on dog shit? Bro.
So many times, bro.
Got buy 40 after
about me and shit together. I have affinity with like shit.
Affinity with shit. Hey, but stepping on dog shit is different from get bird shit. Bird shit is then you go and buy 40, right? Correct?
No, because sometimes like in the past, but not recently, not as much. Because last time I always had to walk on the grass. Like, as in, I like to always like jump, like find the fastest way. So I just cut lah.
Yeah, man. Oof. I got one time before, right? Like I was gonna go to church. Then I opened my door, and then after I put my feet down, right? Pia! It's like dog shit. Then I was like, what is that smell? It just ruined my shoe. Then after I just don't want to wear that shoe anymore because it like just completely ruined the smell.
I was with you.
Yeah. It's like, I can't believe this. Yeah. All right. People that don't pick up dog shit. Okay. Brandon, you're up next. That was going to be your next pick.
No, I have another, and I was going to pick an animal related one, but then now that you pick an animal, I don't know whether should I pick an animal related one.
Can you can still say people that pick on that don't pick up cat shit or people that don't pick up rabbit shit. The whole spectrum.
Yeah, the whole spectrum. Any animal shit.
Maybe I should say never mind. I shall pick an animal one too. because I was taking leave for next week, but I feel like since I said it, maybe Elder will pick it.
Okay.
I was going to, because mine is I put down is because recently there was like some this kid who got very famous for for throwing the cat off the building.
Yeah.
So people who abuse animals like you know what?
Yeah.
I don't know how is it fun where people like, you know, like, and I believe last time in school there will be people who are like, you know, like they either take the pellet gun to shoot at birds or they go and kick dogs. You know, then you just like, wow.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with you, right? Yeah, you just like, there's something wrong with you, man. Like, how is that ever fun?
Yeah.
But I think, Jin, you can speak about this, right? It's like one of the clear telltale signs of like a bit of a serial killer. Psychopathic or serial killer. What's that one called? Mindhunter, right? The one that was on Netflix.
Yeah, Mindhunter.
Yeah, Mindhunter.
The guy, who's that? The Milwaukee cannibal. I forget his name.
Yeah. The one that they modeled after Hannibal Lecter, right? The specific role of yeah.
They always on Netflix.
Yeah. They always like sort of use like animal abuse as
kill animals first. They start small first. Yeah.
Like one of the common, I was reading about this like after they showed it in the show, right? It's like one of the common things they do is like first off is like animal abuse, then after that, they arson. So it's like they burn stuff like fire and stuff like that lah. Yeah. Then also one thing is that they have an issue with bedwetting. Like they always keep peeing their pants or whatever lah. Just for some reason, it's like a telltale sign lah. Because it's like a control. Correct.
Because they feel like they cannot be control their like any of their emotions. Yeah. Also they don't control. They just don't choose to control anything.
Yeah. But did they like explain why he did the animal abuse? Like, or it's just like he did it because he don't like cats?
I don't know.
I don't know, but there's some where it's like, oh, they're just interested in the specimen. What's going to happen?
But sometimes it's really crazy. Like some of the one is like this lady threw like I think like 20 or 30 cats out the window from like the 20th floor or something.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Huh?
In Singapore.
In
Singapore. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think I don't know whether when we read it, it's like thinking like, is she trying to test out whether, you know, like all the last time all the shows, the cat, like when they jump on, then they can like
whether they can land on their feet, right?
Yeah, land on their feet. But it doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Trying out 18th floor. Wow.
Yeah. Some more like cats and dogs, they are very like
they're family, you know. They are a lot of they are family to people, you know. Like they really belong to some people. They are really their family. Yeah.
So it sucks when I see that stuff like that. Yeah, this is a good thing, man. People who abuse animals. All right, L, you get back to back. What are you going to take?
Okay, I got one that is basically one of the things that I really, really cannot. I find that if you do this right, you're really a big ass, right? Somebody who's a two-face.
Oh, okay. Two-face.
Like he'll be like, hey bro, you good lah, you good everything lah. That time he turn around and go to somebody else like, oh, this person now, I cannot stand him. Like, and it's the thing that is very obvious to everybody that he's doing it, except to the person himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one I really wait up. I really find that if you do that, you do it at a high level, right? You're A.
Yeah.
It's usually the guy who starts a lot of office politics. These two-faced people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're office politics. Yeah. Sometimes they just like the attention of it or like the gossiping of it. Yeah.
Sometimes it's because they, like, you can really just tell because it's like they do it because they look down on you. It's like to some people they do the reason why they two-faced is because they don't see that there's a reason to treat you good. So they only treat them like to all the bosses and managers at the higher level.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, you are so good. And they're very nice, they're very decent. Then after to the people of like the same level or below, right? They're just he's just like, trample on you. Just get away from me, don't touch me, that kind of. Yeah,
but there are some that there are some that are not like that. There are some where it's like they are very nice to you. Then when they go to other people either at the same level or higher up, right? Then they stab you.
For your graphic, do you want me to put like Harvey Dent?
Yes,
if you can do Harvey, that'll be good.
Two-faced people. All right, your next pick, L.
Story spinner. Somebody who spins a story to make himself look good.
I don't really feel this is an asshole thing.
No, okay. You must understand like the context of like story spinning. So meaning like, let's say for example, this guy, he's like, hey bro, you must I really help you a lot on it. I already tell you everybody that this one, this one is I will give to you, and this one I trust this guy. I trust him. I make sure that he do everything very good for one already. After that, he'll be like, this one I think. Then you go to somebody else from the same position. Hey, bro, actually happened. Oh no, he just said that he just needed this thing, and then he wanted to get a quotation.
Oh, okay.
That type of thing. Like, so it's like he makes himself like look like, wow, I do a lot for you, but actually he don't do anything.
Yeah,
self-victimization.
Yeah, but
I don't know whether it's an asshole thing. You can veto lah. I'm okay. Because
I think you can pick it, but I just don't think it's I don't think it's like that big of an S. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's not like
it's like a small S. Haven't evolved it.
On the AHOLE scale of 1 to 5, maybe this one is 1.5 or 2 lah. It's not
okay. Then
no, you don't get to change.
Yeah, I won't do anything. So no, but the thing is that I find that this type of spinning story one can be very good, or it can be like 5, it can be 10, depending on what actually happened.
I think I've experienced this in my work in the sense that because my first job, I used to handle a lot of volunteers that visited old people. Then a lot of times when they come back to me with cases, right, then you hear their story like very 凄惨. Then you go and see, then actually this one's still okay only. Yeah. But at the same time, it also happens that sometimes they come to you and tell you that, hey, I think this one like a bit suspicious. And then you go down and see like, wow, actually it's more serious than you ever thought.
Yeah. I mean, like sometimes they sort of how to say, inflate the story or like make it more make it worse than it appears.
Yeah.
And
everything nice.
Yeah. Add some garnishing. All right. Story spinners. I don't know how I'm going to put a graphic for story spinner.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
just put the fidget spinner, the fidget spinner.
Yeah.
The fidget spinner, then you put 2 storybooks on it. Idea.
Yeah, Brandon, you help me do the design. Okay. Brandon, you're up next. What are you going to take?
Wow, picky. This is my third pick, is it?
Yeah, third pick.
All right. I shall pick. I don't know how to say this. People who shout at the like staff, service staff at public.
Okay.
People who are, I can phrase it better. People who are rude to service staff. Is it?
Yes.
People
who are rude to service staff.
Yeah, people who are rude who are rude to service staff.
People who are rude to service staff, yeah. Or people who are rude to like, because I used to have like someone I work for, like he always loved to shout at service staff. Like the restaurant, wherever restaurant we go to, right, he would just shout. No, cause like to get his way lah, to get like
okay.
Yeah. To get like, it's ridiculous. It's just to get like $2 or $3 off like his tea. Then it's just like, wow, it's so embarrassing. You know what is he trying to do? It's like, it's very obvious to everyone what he's trying to do, right? But then, but then he just don't see it lah.
Yeah,
it's very bad.
I mean, there are occasions where you feel like the service staff is lazy or like they're not doing a proper job.
Yeah,
but like I agree with you. There's like sort of a fine line you have to balance where it's like you have to sort of question the service, but you don't need to be like rude doing it.
Yes. If they are rude to you if they are rude to you first, right? I can understand like why you like bite back at them. You know, it's like it's understandable. Yeah, but you can always see like sometimes the staff is like trying their best to be very nice. Like, I'm so sorry, sir. Then the person just keeps shouting louder and louder, even though the person is trying to say sorry.
Yeah. Jing Yu, I just saw your head drop. What happened? The webcam.
My laptop, it's okay.
Yeah. But you used to be a service staff in.
You remember me that? Yes, I used to work as a service staff when I was in uni to earn some part-time money, and I can assure everybody that nothing comes out well from you pissing off your service staff, because I've worked in the back kitchen before. There are so many opportunities people can just, I don't know, spit whatever they want to do to your food. You won't know. You just eat one.
Yeah, like loogie inside or whatever.
Yeah, you never know one. Yeah.
Have you seen someone do it before? Like while you're doing
Honestly, I haven't. But I've seen people really curse their mother, father, everything. Then the food go out. I think this is not made with love, but okay lah, serve lah. Yeah.
That's true. This is a good pick also. People who are like rude to service staff lah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, my turn. I'm still gonna go down this like sort of more generic AHOLE stuff. Do you know like sometimes, right, people they park in 2 parking lots. And they don't care. They park.
Yes.
Yeah, it irks me a lot, man. Or like they just don't give a shit. They just like park it they don't bother to adjust. Then it's like in two lots, they don't allow someone else to fit inside, or they don't allow someone else to squeeze inside. Inconsiderate lah. Yeah. Something I think especially if you're a driver, first hand you experience it, you already like just piss you off. Especially in a crowded car park.
But the parking one I got experience before, right? The person like parks like so close to he like so out of his lot, right? That I couldn't even open my door. I couldn't even squeeze in.
Yeah.
I had to climb in from the other side of the passenger seat, right? And climb over the thing, right? Just to get across.
Okay, this one I got one question. Did he do it while did he park the car while you were in the car? Or did you park into that lot?
My car was parked. So my car is already parked there. So the previous car parked normally. So we are both like normally. We are both like we were both in a lot.
Yeah.
But
previous car
when I came back, the car. So the previous car went off.
Okay.
Then when I came back to the car, right, the next car he did, and some people are just like, because anyway, like they only care about the driver's side has space to come out or not. So they just so they just don't care the other side. So it's like in the end, I can't even open the door. I can't even squeeze in. You know, I was just like, I came back. I was just like, wow. And you're just like, wow, this person must be really.
But I think it's like you go out of your way to like be inconsiderate. You know what I mean? Yeah, especially it's not difficult to just sort of like drive out then like adjust back or something like that. It's not something difficult. But a lot of times it's just like they can't be bothered. They're like
they don't care. They just like it's like a slight inconvenience to me to make our life easier.
Yeah.
So why should
to
I
be
do?
considerate? Yeah, it's inconvenience for me to be considerate to other people. This is what I think of when I think of like AHOLE move lah. Like legit just inconvenience people. Yeah, parking into parking lots.
Topic of parking I don't think I've seen this in Singapore, but I've seen this on Korean shows that they say it's very common when, let's say you found a parking ready, right? They won't park immediately. They'll ask their other half or like their sister or what to get off the car, stand at the parking spot, and
Singapore
got look for a better spot.
Yeah.
Singapore got.
Singapore have okay.
Singapore have. Some of it is like they're in the middle of like the queue, right? Then they'll just have the auntie go and run to the lot stand there, right? Then they will wait until the guy come, then he go and reserve the lot one. It has happened before.
Okay.
It has happened before.
It's a very like US thing. I always see it in like US, they always do this type of thing. Yeah. Also like rude to service staff, right? It's a very like US
thing. Yeah.
Because they live for tips, ma.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Yeah, it's true. Because they live for tips. Their living is based off the tips.
The expectations for the staff is a lot more because they give higher tips, ma.
Yeah. All right, parking in 2 parking lots. Okay, JY. JY. Your turn. You get back to back. What are you going to take?
Let me see. Okay, I'm going to go with something personal and something emotional. Something personal is this one I'm very guilty of. I would say this is an AHOLE move on my part. I'm very guilty of farting in public spaces. Guys, you have to understand, most of the time it doesn't happen intentionally. I just like, there's a rumbling in your stomach, then like I'll release this quietly and like, you know.
Honestly, right, dude. I don't think that's an aim.
Yeah.
It is
it is
I don't think
to
so,
a certain extent. I think it's
to a certain extent, yes, but I don't think it's so. Sometimes it's just like you really just cannot control.
Well, but sometimes you do it intentionally.
Yeah, but you do it intentionally. Like if you do it intentionally, right? Like just to then let everybody know.
Suffer together. Like, you know, like
then they'll suffer together. Then that one okay.
To leave. Yeah.
It's not the fact that I do it intentionally. It's the fact that I do it intentionally. Then I wanted to like reduce the impact, like releasing the gas at a constant pace, right? But most of the time, it's just like, everything just come out. Then you're like, okay lah, this one, you know, it doesn't sound that wet. It shouldn't be that smelly. Then you smell it yourself. Then like, oh my god, this is bad, man.
What kind of discussion is this? What kind of discussion? It's like when you're saying all this, right? It really reminds me of like, you know, when you have a fizzy like drink, right? Then you slowly open the cap so that it doesn't overflow. Yeah. Have I told you this story about I have this friend called Lionel before when I was in secondary school.
Yes.
Yes, I think I got right. It's like maybe I'll tell the public story. So I was in the home econs class, and then there were like a bunch of us that were like sitting around after recess. Then after that, one person just like that. Then we were like, oh yuck. Then after that, all of a sudden my other friend like he's like also fart lah. Then everyone, oh yuck. Then my friend, hey, I also got shit shit his pants.
Oh man,
Lionel. Oh my god, he ran to the toilet. Disgusting, man. Yeah, come on, Lionel. Yeah, and I saw him in army, right? And I was like, I remember you had the shit in your pants. You're the shutter. Yeah, okay.
So that was my confession time, you know. Then I should have talked to a pastor in between the doors.
No, but that's not that bad. Honestly, I feel like if you consider yourself bad, I'm damn bad. Like
no, I really don't think that's that
I've
bad.
literally waited like when watching movie with my friends, even my sister and my wife, right? I've done it so many times, right? I fart in the blanket, right? Then I just like cover them and lock them in. And they just get smothered with the smell.
It's like intentional.
Yeah. It's like shh, just die. Smell my fart and die.
Yeah. Someone is like if you have a bad day, like eat a lot of meat, this type.
And I always and I eat a lot of meat. My farts are just like on a
Korean
top tier
barbecue.
level. Yeah.
Korean barbecue.
Yours is just a protein fat, bro.
Yeah, I don't eat any veggie. I eat the only veggie I eat is corn. No, corn, potato, and bro.
Okay, next pick. I don't want to say I can smell it from here, the discussion. This pick. Alright, T-Hawk, your next pick. What are you going to take?
My fourth pick will be emotionally blackmailing.
Oh, okay.
A lot in my previous work where, how some old people can be very unreasonable. Let's say you already tell them that, we can't do this like that because the rule don't allow. Then they'll start like, never mind lah, already I die, never mind lah, you all no one want to help me, I just die like that. Then wow, this one like, yeah.
But they are old, they're really very old, right?
Yeah. Because of their age, I'm like, I cannot like...
Then you tell them, auntie, 我不会送。你走了，拜拜。
You don't blackmail me, I tell you, auntie. I know you old already, I don't care. Yeah. But it's not easy, right, dealing with old people. Like when they use this now.
Honestly, most of them are still relatively simple and okay lah. But there's that few that is very challenging one. Yeah. Which is why my previous job, we actually have a high percentage of auntie and uncles. Although their admin ability might not be the best, but they really have their ways of talking to these old people. So every time we got this kind of difficult customers or difficult clients, we ask them for help. Then they're like, they're very happy to spend 1 hour, talk to them, calm them down, this kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, the emotional blackmail in a way is also very it's very frustrating for you because they guilt trip you.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like,
correct. Yeah.
It's like you don't know how to feel.
That is on a more, unpersonal level. I think there are some words that, let's say, like a lot of parents, they'll emotionally blackmail their children and say like, you have to help me because I raised you up, and do unreasonable things like in China's context, a lot of them will say, you have to buy a house for me, or let's say in terms of like maybe marry over, then you have to give a lot of dowry or this kind of things. Yep.
Yeah. Terrible, man. Emotional blackmail. I don't like it. It's something I really don't like. All right.
Blackmail using money or what? I think still it's bad but it's not the worst. But you use emotional blackmailing, that's like depending on the context, it can be quite bad also. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also think like if you're if you are morally sort of upright, however, they use it to their advantage, right? It sort of like makes you. Then in the end, in the long run, it makes you.
You come to my level lah. Wow, that one cannot say.
Yeah, it makes you also doubt your like is it worth being this morally upstanding or like do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Correct. Tough. All right. Emotional blackmail, emotional damage is off the board.
Emotional damage.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going up next. I'm going to pick. This is more of like something that so this just happened to me like recently, right, on Sunday, because I was going to the toilet with this uncle who's Uncle Mike, who's actually Gordon's dad lah. So as we were walking into the toilet, right, he went into the cubicle, right, then he looked down. Walao! Is it so difficult to flush or not? So it's people, right, that like come, like how to say can't be bothered to flush the toilet. Do you know what I mean? Like they just like they shit in it, they clog it or whatever, then they just don't flush it. Do you know what I mean? Like something like that lah. Yeah. Is that, Brendan, why do you look like that? Do you do this or what?
No. Sometimes I forget to do it in my own home lah, but
yeah. You know, like there are sometimes when you can tell it's like not intentional, like how to say that.
But I get what you mean. It's like sometimes it's like people who like really destroy like the public toilets, like like
them disgusting, you know. Yeah.
Or I don't understand why to this day some people still squat on the toilet. I'm just like, like how old are we, man? Like are we? Then you like cannot sit down on the toilet seat. You're just like, what a nonsense.
But if you want to squat, why don't you squat in the like the squatting one? Do you know what I mean? Like, why must you?
Yeah. Exactly.
Because some toilets don't have a squatting one. Like I've heard someone rebut me before. Like there's no squatting toilet, so I have to squat on the seat. Then I was just like, then why you don't lift the seat up? But then very slippery. What if I fall into that? I was just like, wow.
You inconsiderate joke. Yeah. And then like a lot of times they how to say is whenever people don't flush, right? There's a layer of like how to say that the toilet seat like got shit on it, or like they got pee on the stain or whatever. Yeah, or like it's on the floor.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. Especially you go like public toilets or at a concert or something like that. Yeah, it's like wow, damn disgusting. Sometimes you also go to airplanes and you realize that.
Most public toilets, or rather most toilets in the actually most public toilets, they are all automatic already, ma.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, but once in a while, when you go to a non-automatic one, irks me, man, irks me. All right, people that don't flush the toilet, clear your shit, man. All right, Brendan, I picked 2 shit pics and 2 car park pics. All right, Brendan, your turn.
I feel like this is another asshole moves. A-hole moves. Sorry.
Tip.
Oh, wow. This is...
We're using the censor button a lot in this one.
Yeah, we'll be using the censor button a lot, I guess. So, I feel like this one is like... I know like... And I do have some friends who are like this. They purposely do this, right? Because I don't know why they find joy in like watching people suffer, and they don't get it how some people treat it very seriously. It's like people who intentionally spoil movies for other people.
That was gonna be my last pick. My last pick. Yeah, people who spoil movies. Yeah, that's a good pick, man.
And they do it so intentionally. Yeah, and sometimes they purposely like dangle it in front of you, like they know they purposely ask you, hey, you watched the last Avenger, like the new Avenger? You haven't?
Let me tell you.
Wow, let me tell you.
Yeah.
You know someone died, then you just like,
yeah.
Don't say. So you tell them don't say. No, it's not that important. Captain America died.
They leave that like sort of like dangling carrot in front of you. Yeah, but has this happened to y'all? Like when someone spoiled something for you and they like, wow, damn bad.
I honestly am not the kind that.
Or like maybe you come across a social media spoiler.
I think it depends. For me, right, it's like if I don't really have a problem with you spoiling the movie, I'm fine. But there are certain things you just don't spoil. Like that time when Game of Thrones was like at its peak, right? Don't ever talk to me about Game of Thrones until I watched it. That type of thing. So it's like I think it's like it will be an A move, right? Depending on the show or the context.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The level.
The level of the scenario. La. I think all of this is like just depending on the level only.
Yeah. Has it happened to you, Brandon? I'm guessing it has.
Yeah, it has. I think 2 times. Well, like one of them is like the biggest spoiler, right? Is I followed I watched this anime that I followed since I think secondary school, One Piece. So I watched since One Piece, right? Then I remember it was like this arc, right, where like it's one of the most popular arc, but I don't know. Anyway, spoiler alert. If you haven't watched One Piece, please, like don't spoil yourself. So it's like the main character like traveled so far just to save the brother. Like I think everybody was just like dying here left and right to save the brother, right? Then after that, so my friend was that, which is then like because the episodes are very short, so it's like a lot of people that always like to save. I catch up with him. I'll save the next 10 or next 20.
Okay.
Because I don't want to, so I want to watch one shot. So it's not every week. It just feels like torturing. It's like wow. Yeah. So then after that, like doing this part, right, it's like one of my friends said, "Oh my god, do you all just see like the ace die? Wow, that's damn sad." Then I'm just like, It's like,
that sucks, man. That's the worst.
No. Then it's just like, I save for like 20 weeks. Like 20 weeks to reach this climax. 20 weeks to reach this climax, and you just
spoil all of
it. Yeah.
20 weeks is how many months? Oh, that's like 5 months of saving.
Wow, bro, that one is torture. That's why I think like when me, Paul, and Media started watching Game of Thrones, right? Like we watch everything, right? We always tell each other, I say in our chat, right? We'll say, watch ready or not.
Yeah, we have to ask first. Yeah,
we have to ask first. So we'll say watch ready or not. So if let's say one of us watch but the other one haven't, right? We can talk to the other one privately first in a separate chat. Then once everybody watch finish, then they come back. So that's like what you call considerate, man.
Yeah, that's considerate. It's like you don't just like, oh my gosh, guys, you don't know who died. Correct.
Yeah, and also it's like when you know it, like the thing, right? You don't need to like.
Why do you need to shout it out to the whole entire world? I know I get you're very excited to talk about it, but it's like, especially for someone who follows the show as well, right? You know how long you waited to watch this part. You know how excited you were to watch this part and how painful it was or how sad it was. Well, especially for this kind of sad moments, right? Where if you know, right, it takes away a portion of the shock, like the like, oh my god, don't tell me, please don't tell me he died. Then after that, he really died. Then you're just like, oh. But then but you're just like,
actually, would it be different, right? Let's say, for example, like in this context where you've already watched the show, then your other friends have watched it. I say, you ask them which episode are they at? Then they say, okay, I'm at this point. Okay, I will just tell you, just go and watch. Expect something. Is that considered spoiler or is that not considered spoiler?
I'd rather they don't tell me.
I'm okay with.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. You rather let it be natural.
You just tell me, the next part is good. Okay, that's it. That's the max. I think that's the max.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah. And I think adversely, right, on the other side of the coin, there are some people that is like, the statute of limitations for the spoiler is like many years gone already. You don't like expect me to go and...
yes.
Yeah, that's the other side of the coin. Yeah. Hey, that's why the Darth Vader is the Luke Skywalker's the father. How could you do that to me?
Then I'm like, brother, then you'll be like, hey, bro, that one is like 30, that one is like don't know how long ago already. That one, everybody is like standard pop culture know already.
Bro, I'm only halfway on New Hope. Shut up, lah. Some people also don't push it.
They're just looking for...
Yeah, they'll beat you up, I swear.
How do you know that I'm not going to watch the show anymore? Bro, you stopped watching like last year.
Yeah. All right. L, you got back to end off your team. Who are you going to take?
Okay. I'm going to go with a very manipulative approach. I find that people asshole like this one very the kind of A's where basically they just say nice things to you, right? To manipulate you into getting you to do stuff for them.
I feel that's similar to Jin Yong's pick, leh.
What is it? What was Jin Yong's one? No, that's emotional blackmail. Mine is I give you a compliment. Then I say, hey bro, don't worry, you can do it one. You can do it one, right? Yeah, can. Then I just pass you the thing that I just walk off.
But I feel that's on the is like on a similar spectrum.
Is it similar?
Yeah. I think it's similar to...
I don't know is it emotional blackmail or is that fun?
It's like very similar to your like it's like a mixture of your first pick and like emotional.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
So it's like using nice tactics to manipulate you, lah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not really. It's more like because I think I'm more like JY's one. JY's one is more like you don't care about me. You don't think like you use emotional one. This one is the type of people that will be like, hey bro, wow, you look nice, not bad, everything like that. Hey, I got this thing that you can help me do. Can right? Can. After he go thing, after he do for you, after he go and go over it, then he go and do the take the credit.
That's the combination of a
just drop.
But I mean, like that type of context lah. It's like, I think to me it's like slightly different from JY's one. That's what I think.
Okay.
No, but is there really an a-hole? I'm just thinking.
I think it's more of a business thing, right?
Yeah, it's someone compliments. It's like a standard email thing, It's like when someone write a compliment letter. Hi, thank you for
we are so
the
pleased.
Opportunity. We are so pleased. But however, I would like to give some feedback on.
I think. Okay, I get what I mean, right? I think maybe it's like the type where it's like the first portion, right? Then it leads into a second portion, which is Brandon's point.
Okay, but you just feel that it's like manipulation, but using like nice tactics, lah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I find that there are certain people that are very good at doing it, right? That to somebody else, right, they're totally oblivious that it's actually helping them. Then you end up doing their stuff for them. Then you actually don't, and then it makes them look good. Hey, I got this done already. Then your stuff you still haven't do yet.
Okay. No, the only thing is that for me, right, I feel that a lot of times when you have to get something done, I feel that people, they will have, it's like they can tell you in a very rude way, or they can,
or they can tell you in a nice way. Yeah.
So sometimes they just choose this route as opposed to picking a route or like maybe a direct route. Do you know what I mean?
Because
maybe
if they're always too direct, like asking you to do everything, right? Then
they lose that human, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes
I think to Elda's point,
they become. It sounds more.
I think to Elda's point, he's more on the intent part. Means that they do this. They how do you say they make it sound nice to you, but purposefully is to do you harm at the ultimate end, I guess.
Okay, so it's like maybe like it's not necessarily use nice tactics. It's like butter you up to manipulate you lah.
Butter you up is a better way of putting it.
Maybe lah.
Butter you up.
Yeah, like butter you up.
Butter might sound better lah.
Okay. Butter you up to manipulate you lah. Butter you up to manipulate.
Butter you up to manipulate you. Oh.
Yeah, I'll try to find like someone like getting like full of butter, like greased up.
Buttering himself.
All right, your last pick, El.
The last one is something I think everything is that you leave stuff at the door, right, of somebody else's place, and you refuse to clean it up. So like, let's say for example, where I work is a lot of like different stores at the whole area. So they'll purposely unpack like the boxes of like styrofoam, all like cardboard, everything, and then they just dump it in front of your door.
Isn't that like littering?
No, but like they'll dump it in front of your door, right? Then they'll go and do something else, and they just leave it there without the intention of clearing it, you know.
How do I phrase this?
Or it's like basically like, you know, there's one article about the hoarding auntie where she just used the entire walkway to go and store her stuff.
Okay, but it's not really, but that's different, right? That's like, how to say, like making use of your space. But this one is more
as
like
in the public area. The public area
making use of
other people's space.
Yeah, making use of other people's space lah.
But you're saying that people throw stuff in front of your, or are you saying like people like they use
okay, so let's say for example, I walk out. Usually most of the time, right, everybody understands that the space, right, is the area of your front door where you put all your clothes and everything like that, right? They will utilize that particular space to make it very hard for people to walk past, or even for you to get out. Then they will throw it there. Then when you ask them to try to clean it up, right, they will refuse to clean it up.
Okay, so can I put it? It's like greedily hogs public space for their something like that.
I don't know how to say it, like public space hoggers.
Okay.
Actually, that sounds nicer. That sounds really like a AHOLE move. Yeah.
No, like I say, like this one is very hard. It's very hard to put some of these things into like words.
Explain a scenario or something
You need to explain the scenario.
How to say, like common corridor space or whatever. Especially if you work in like industrial businesses or whatever, right? They'll just like park the pallets of stuff there. Yeah, and then you just like make it very narrow and very difficult for people to walk and stuff like that. Yeah, it is an inconsiderate thing.
Like where I work, there are places where like there'll be like loads of curtains, like about like almost double of my height. Okay. Then it's like you cannot see anything, and then the narrow is so small. So for everybody trying to walk in, you have to walk through the whole box of curtains just to get through the location. Then I'm like, can you like just not do this like here?
Okay, I understand. It's like, it's just, I think the best way to define it is public space hogger. Like, correct. Yeah. All right. Brandon, your last pick. What are you going to take?
Oh, I don't know how to phrase this as well, but I feel like this is the best way to phrase this is that it's like people who, and someone especially Emilia and me, you know, like this is one of like very like you probably irritates you the most is that, but especially nowadays, I'm especially as a parent, I feel like it irks me. It's like it makes me feel even worse. Is that when people value like the way people value they think that their time is more valuable than yours. You know, you get what I mean?
People who sort of think that your time is not important and their time is important.
Their time is important. Yeah. So it's like
inconsiderate about time. But
they can be late, but you cannot be late. So
okay,
it's like
then that makes more sense.
Yeah. It's like their time is like very like to them it's like I am much more important than you, so my time is more valuable than yours per se. You know, like
how about like double standards in valuing time,
I think,
or
I
like
think that
double
makes sense,
standards in You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe like double standards in valuing time. I'm like paraphrasing everybody's picks. Funny. Yeah. But I really do feel that it does happen a lot. It's like when people they say like how like they wait 5 minutes for you is like wow, like you wait 25 minutes, like 25 days for you. Yeah. But then it's like they can come 2 hours late or like 1 hour late. This type of thing, correct? Is that's what you're trying to say, right?
Yeah, just what I'm trying to say. Like they think that they, you know, you just feel like they think that their time is so much more valuable than yours. And then it's like they come off very like I don't know. Yeah.
I get what you mean. Equal lah. Yeah lah. If you're late, then you also have to be like, okay, I'm sorry, I was late. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you make the effort to go and show like, okay, I'll make a mistake, whatever. All right, people with a double standard in time, valuing time. Later when I recap, the thing is going to be very hard. All right.
I think so.
Okay, this is my last pick. I don't know. I feel that it's more of a douche thing, but I think we can like talk about it lah. But I have friends, right? They always brag about like how many women they have sex with, or like do you know what I mean? Or like how they like very good with women, or like how they have an affair with women, like this type of thing lah.
People flexing their sexual history.
Sex count. People who flex their sex account.
Body count.
Yeah, who flex their body count. Yeah. It's just like, please shut up. I don't care.
As in, I get that. Like sometimes it depends, you know. Like I get that sometimes in your clique, right? Let's say like if you're going through a phase where everybody is partying, then in that clique when you talk about this kind of thing, right? Yeah, it fits that kind of like atmosphere, you know, like where people when you these few guys you all want to talk about this, I can understand. But you know, when you're talking about two people who have had families, there are other girls around, then you're just like, wow, let me tell you guys, you know, the more of girls there, I was just like, oh wow, bro, read the room, man.
Yeah, and sometimes they don't know that they're crossing the line. They'll just go very in depth about like the like, do you know what I mean? Like, please don't talk about what you do in the bedroom, all these.
Like, wow,
yeah. And I have a friend that was like that. I mean, I used to have a friend that was like that lah. Now we don't really talk. Yeah. Okay, last pick. Jin Yong.
I actually don't know what to pick. Okay, I'm stuck between two. Okay lah, I'm just going to pick one. This is I don't know whether you consider a pet peeve or AHOLE move for me, but getting onto the train before people come out.
Okay, this is so getting onto the train.
I really cannot stand this. I don't understand
before people
why.
come out.
I mean, the funny thing is peak hours time, right? Like at Raffles Place, City Hall, all this everybody very observe the rules one. It's always like at the funny timings like 4 p.m. that kind, or let's say 5 p.m. Then suddenly there'll be 6 people waiting to go in, right? I haven't even go in. I'm first in line, you know. Auntie behind me chung in already. The people haven't come out. I'm like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah, and it causes like this awkward sort of like people have to stop. Then you know what I mean?
It wastes more time actually than if you were wait.
Then my small win is when the auntie rush in no seat for her. Wow, I'm damn happy. See lah, rush in no seat. Am I?
Yeah, I think like something similar to that. As we like sort of later we will talk about the honorable mentions, right? It's also like when you go on a bus. And then people don't move in.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So it's like they just crowd around in the front area. And then there's like so much space in the back. Yeah. So it, like the front is just loaded with people, and then there's like a huge space, and then I don't like it, man. Yeah. It's always most of the time it's because they are waiting for like someone to get off, then they can sit on the seat or whatever. Yeah, it's inconsiderate, man. Okay, let me like sort of like go through the things. Let me try to go through the list.
All the funny picks.
All right. For Eldad, first off, is making you go through a lot of trouble for nothing. Two-faced people that spin stories, so story spinners, buttering you up to manipulate you to do something, and public space hoggers. Okay? Something like that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Brandon, people who claim effort for your work, people who abuse animals, people who are rude to service staff, people who spoil movies, and people that have double standard in valuing time. Okay. For myself, is people that park in the handicap spot, people that don't pick up dog shit, people that park in 2 parking lots, people who don't flush the toilet, and my last one is people that brag about their body count. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then for Jin Yong is cutting queue in a traffic jam, going after your friend's other half, farting in public farting in public spaces. Okay, emotional blackmail, and getting onto the train before people come out. Okay. And then everyone okay, that's the more or less about it, right?
Yeah,
I tell you, the graphic is gonna be hard,
It's gonna be intense.
All right.
I wonder like, how are you gonna fit all 5 of this into one Instagram post?
Yeah, I think it'll just be like really very small, but we'll try to find a way. Okay, now let's move into the honorable mentions. All right. What you guys got? You know what I mean?
I got one is know the uncle that like to play the music very loud in the public transport one.
Okay, then I wrote something down similar to that. It's like people that blast music loud.
Oh yes. They watch a video on the bus and they just blast it out. They're just like
or those are being that
like why
scooter one, they must let the whole world know they coming one. Then far away you hear the sound.
Yes, bro. Yeah. It's terrible, man. Yeah, lo. You got any more?
I wrote down one that I didn't choose is throwing water bomb. That used to be my hobby when I was young.
Oh, okay, yeah.
AHOLE looking back, yeah.
Deliberate AHOLE move lah.
I got one right, but I didn't pick it because I find like it's too similar to some of my other ones already, but it's basically somebody who asks you to undo something right after you've already done it.
Okay, that's similar to saying
but I think maybe I explain the scenario. So basically, those are situations where like, okay, they ask you to do, okay, can you help me position this particular thing here? Then make sure it's very nice already, right? Then estimate how long do you think it'll take? Okay, maybe you can do it in 1 hour. So you do everything nicely within 1 hour, right? Then they say, I don't like this. Can you change it to something else? Then you have to undo everything again. They have to put everything back again.
Yeah, but it's true. It's slightly similar to your first one. But
that's why I didn't pick it.
This is like the after. This is like the waste your time to do things. Then after that, ask you to reverse.
Yeah. It can be like one very long pick.
No, that's why it's like, I was like, I didn't want to pick that one up because it's like, it's a lot of it is, I find that to me when you're A, right, I won't say, I think it's just more or less like they are very, I can get you to do something for me, right?
Yeah.
You just don't like it when people manipulate.
Yeah, and I can tell you to do it. I can tell you to do it, right? Regardless of whatever happens, right, you have to answer to me and I will still get you to do it.
It'll be so funny, right, bro? If you pick the first pick is the when people get you to do things for no reason, like then after that, for no reason, right? Then the next pick is then after that they ask you to put everything back. Wow.
Devastation.
So it's like the concurrent.
Yeah. You know, right? I was thinking of it like what can I put as the graphic? I thought it would be very funny if I just put like this statement in the box. Make you go through a lot of trouble. Just put in the box, right? Okay, I got a few that are more like similar to the like park and handicap lot this time. Okay, I'll just read it off, then you can tell me whether you think it's good or not. Okay, people that like make a lot of noise during the movie.
Okay, yes.
Like,
yeah,
my wife. Okay, then people that take up you know, like in public transport, like sometimes in train or bus, they take up 2 seats.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes they put their backpack on the
they put
seat,
their bag on a plastic bag.
Yeah, or something like that lah. Auntie, I'm looking at you. Okay, then next off is like when people don't change the toilet paper, pisses me off. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a very easy thing to do. Just change the toilet paper. Okay. You know, like when you're going to go enter a lift, right? Then people like they can see
they
coming,
try
but
to
they close the lift. Yeah. I always think of like it's like these type of things. Okay, another one is like you know okay, tailgating, I hate it. You know, I really hate it. It pisses me off a lot. It's like sometimes in my heart, right, I'm like, I can just brake, right? Then you just bang into me, then you pay my church. Which another one. And also my last one, right? But I didn't want to pick kind of a lot of car ones. But last one is like, you know, when there's a yellow box, right? And then someone purposely go into the yellow box to block someone from entering the yellow box. Okay, that's my last car one. And then of course like cue cutting and stuff like that lah. So this
I think every single car one that you all name, I probably done it before. So I'm probably on the road. I am a bit of a A.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But you guys got any more?
Nope. Let me see.
Yeah. One of mine is they borrow things from you, right? And they destroy it. Yeah, I don't know. They never return or they just destroy it.
This is a good pick.
Like I got one person like I borrow my book. Then after that, when the book come back, right, got pisai on it, got one pisai on it, you know. So I'm just like in one of the pages, I'm just like, what the hell is this nonsense? Why is it?
I used to buy
what is this?
Taiwan FHM when I was in army. Then then it got borrowed around, right? Then you come back with holes in the pages, you know. Then I'm like, what happened to this? Those people will just cut and put in their locker.
Holes in the pages.
Too excited.
Yeah. Why is June and July stuck together? I cannot see the page.
No, that's why it's whole, bro. They try to open. They try to like what is this?
I purposefully bought Taiwan FHM because I thought people couldn't read Chinese, and I had a lot of Malay like people in the battalion.
Bro, this stuff magazine don't need to read one, right?
You only look at the photo only,
look at the photos.
You look at the photo, nobody reads the magazine.
No, people read it for the jokes. They got very good jokes.
I read it for the articles. Very insightful articles.
Sure. Yeah. Another one also is like when they kick your seat, like they keep. I don't know how to explain. Yeah. It's like the next space, then they put it like what, nudging your chair on this. Yeah, nudge you in the face. All right. That was our A-hole draft. All right, that was our A-hole draft. If you enjoyed that episode, please remember to give it a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe. We have episodes that drops every Friday, but at the same time also, if you're into football, we have the football kaki that drops every Wednesday. And also, if you want to hang out with a couple of bros, with myself, Brandon, Paul, and then sometimes Junior will drop in also, we have the Kopi Bros show that drops every Monday. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to go and vote, please remember to head over to our Instagram page to go and vote. We'll be putting up a link right about now. All right. In the meantime, we hope everyone stays safe. Don't be an a-hole, but remember
to keep warm because there's a draft coming. You are an a-hole. Bye, guys. See you.